Hi guys, so today's nails are a lovely green set in Holly-Molli by Brush on Luxe. Now I'm showing you Dusty Rose because originally I was going to have some nude nails. They weren't all going to be green, but then I faffed about and changed my mind, like you do. So we ended up doing a solid green design, which I actually prefer. So that's what we're going with. So this one's quite a short video because I don't know what was going on with me yesterday, but I kept forgetting to push record. The only thing I can put it down to is the bloody flu jab, which has made me a little bit thick-headed this week. So I'm going in with holly-molli, and I do 2 coats, and then I go in with the matte top coat. I'm doing matte because I'm doing sugaring, and I personally just prefer the matte nails, but they actually would look really cute shiny as well, so the top coat option is entirely your choice. So on here I have a bit of white gel paint, and I'm just putting some of the green gel polish down, and then I'm going to mix it in with some acrylic powder to get it to a more like a thick gel paint consistency. Don't do what I just did. I end up putting far too much acrylic powder on there, but that's what you get for being impatient. Do just mix it in a little bit at a time. And I ended up making it too thick and having to add more gel polish, so learn your lessons. So yeah, I wanted a thicker consistency that would stand up and stay. I do still, what do? I do still put acrylic powder over it at the end as well to sugar it. But this just gives you that extra stability. But as you can see there, that is far too thick, and I shouldn't have been so impatient. See how I can't quite get it on my brush properly? See, I do a practice line and look what happens. So yeah, just a little bit at a time. The Christmas nails are out full force absolutely everywhere. But I'm having a better time than I thought I would actually doing all the designs. I'm enjoying myself. On my playlist section, I do actually have a Christmas playlist with last year's videos in as well. I have a sweater design tutorial on there from last year, and I have one on making baubles as well, 3D baubles on the nail. So I am grabbing a bit and pulling this along, so I'm going diagonal down the nail for this one. Because I'm going to keep part sweater nail, and then I want part for the snowflakes that I'm going to draw. Some of the snowflakes are going to be the ones that I did in the snowflake video recently, and I'm just trying to figure out which half I actually want the sweater nail to be on. In the end, I do believe I go for the bottom. And I'm just doing one of the simple knit patterns. I call it like a step, so I do one line and then one slightly to the right of it lower down just where it finishes, and then just connect them with a horizontal line, so it really does, it's like literally like a step on a stairs. And when you get to the end of the nail, you need to just put a line in as if the design is still coming from underneath. It's like you'll see me on the top go back and put the little line on the other side. And I really do wish the camera had picked this up better. Yeah. As I mentioned, the cat ate my goddamn light, so Christmas list is a new desk light. Most people are saying, no, the dog ate my light. No, I have to say, no, Hannibal, the cat ate mine. Honestly. So I'm just filling in the bottom with some little dashes there. and sprinkling with the acrylic powder. Ideally, you do want to do this with a set of gloves on, not the way I am and sprinkling it straight over my bare fingers. So here I'm checking for all matte patches. As you can see in that top corner, it's still shiny, so that means the rest of it has fully absorbed that acrylic. And you should always wait a couple of seconds just to double check. So if it stays matte, it is completely absorbed, and then if it switches to shiny, it hasn't, and it can take more. So that other one is in the lamp for a full 60-second cure. And I do believe I do a straight down for this one. I edited it yesterday, and I'm doing the voiceover today just before I pop it up for you guys. I got a little bit done yesterday. I managed to film a couple of videos, so I made wise use of my time. So I'm going over this line because I just wanted it to thicken it a little bit. So where I'd started at the top of the nail was nice and thick, but the bottom it kind of thinned out as I went along. Because obviously with the acrylic powder on, the brush can't hold as much product. So you can't see here, but I'm drawing another line down the side, just off the edge of the nail. And I'm filling that with X's. So it's going to be like a crisscross pattern. I mean, technically, for the sweater nails, they don't have to be, you know, like a knitted pattern. It just needs to be a pattern. So as like you'll see some of the sweater nails that have polka dots on, or some that have the raised and sugared hearts. If you have a look on Pinterest, search up like Christmas nails and sweater nails in particular on Pinterest, and you'll see quite a lot of designs. There are some really, really lovely ones on there. And there's a whole host of different line markings and patterns for you to choose from. And it's a good way to get inspiration. I have a Pinterest account, and the damn thing is full of different files. So I'm just drawing lines off the edge there just so we don't have that little blank space. And this one's going to get sugared as well. And that cute little spoon I'm using is actually from Thankyou, and it is from the craft section. So it's actually from the resin making section. Apparently these little spoons are used for stirring or picking up powders or whatever, but they're also great glitter spoons and acrylic spoons if you're playing with nails. So you give that a good layer in, leave it for a couple of seconds, and then just check. So that one's gone in and this one has come out for a good brush. You want to use a stiff brush to get all that extra dust off, and that is your thumbnail. So in this one I've chosen to flick backwards and forwards between a few of the nails, the ones I've remembered to film in any case. So here I am just getting my dotting tool ready. So these are going to be way smaller versions of the snowflakes that I did on my snowflake video. So if you're new to my channel and this is the first video you've seen, the video just before this has 5 snowflake designs, and I go through them very slowly and step by step, from easier to more complicated, which would be a good video for you to check out if you're new to doing snowflakes. So I tried to space out my 6 dots evenly on this one, but we all know that's not exactly my forte. Although to be fair, I didn't do too terrible of a job. And then I do believe I thought about going in with my brush, because this is the one where I do 2 dots at either side. But then I realised it wasn't going to happen. So this dotting tool is the one with the tiny point on the end. So a good thing for this one to be would also be a cocktail stick or the sharp end of an orange wood cuticle stick. Or even, like I said in that other video, a pair of needle nose tweezers. Just to get that tiny dot. And I'm holding you right out of camera there. Okay, and then you just, with a mostly dry brush, remember, just so you don't end up with chunky lines, drag those down. Now, quite obviously, you cannot twist a client's fingers around like that, but you can flip their hand upside down, so do the ones you can reach, where you're not going to have weird shaped lines, and then ask them to flip their hand, and you will be able to finish the other half. And then just some tiny dots in between. Although really, I'm not sure the dots were needed because it was cute just as it was. Now at this point, if you want to, you can sugar that. It would have to be acrylic though and not glitter. Or just pop it into cure like I have. So I do believe here I may be doing the exact same one again. So I didn't sweater all of the nails. I'm not sure why. I didn't know whether I thought it would be too much, but looking at them, I actually don't think it would have been. I do actually think you would get away with sweatering them all. Look at my poor little battered nails. They really need a gel polish or something on them. I'm going to put a layer of builder on. I'm going to do a sandwich. So if you mess up, you can just roll a lint-free wipe into a tiny little point, or use one of those little eyelash sticks, and you can just redo the bit you mess up. If you do larger snowflakes, you would get away with sugaring with a super fine glitter. But unless you have glitter that is almost like a powder, you are honestly better off sugaring ones this tiny with acrylic. You could always make your own mix like I do, which is acrylic powder and a mix of chromes. And here we are with them finished. Like I said, I forgot to record because I'm such a dickhead. But there we go. We have 3 of them sweated and all of them with snowflakes on. So thank you for watching. Really hope you give them a try. Change the design, just use bits, but I really do hope you give them a try. And if you do, do not forget to tag me on social media because I would really love to see how you're doing. And thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please leave me a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow. Bye guys.